Hi, I'd like to show you a few things that you can do with Geogebra, just some very basic things that you might can use maybe for a project or just learning some concepts that we're going through. Geogebra is a free download. One way you can get it is if you go to my website and click down here or scroll down here to where it says Geogebra. You can go to the page where you can get the free download. If you just click on download and then click on WebStart RC 4.0, I won't click on that because I already have it on my computer, but that's what you would do, and it's just that easy. So let's go ahead and just take a brief look at Geogebra. It's a program that can be used in algebra and geometry to explore a lot of different concepts. When you open it, notice you've got an axis and you've got the algebra view. The algebra view shows you, what you're doing on what you're doing on the program. It's showing you the points, coordinates, and there's a lot you can do with that. But you don't always need that. We can't get into everything you can do with this, but you can X that out, get rid of that view, and if you want a grid, you can get a grid. You can change the orientation of the grid or of the coordinates. You can actually change the increments on your or the scale on your X and Y axis. We won't get into all that, but you can also get rid of the grid. You can also get rid of the axes. This is an undo button, one way to do undo instead of just clicking on edit. Again, I'm going to get rid of the axis. And what I'm going to look at is some things that you may be able to do on the first 9 weeks project. Let's just look at making a parallel line. I'm going to click over here also on my website. You can get the Geogebra menu. Okay, that'll show you all the drop downs at one look. Actually, this is for an older version, so it may be a little bit different, but you can see the basics. So as I want to create some parallel lines. So I'm over here, and I choose line through 2 points. And notice whatever you choose, it gives you the directions of how to construct that over here. So I'm just going to select 2 points just by clicking with my mouse. There's 1 point, click. There's another point. Hold on, let me pause this real quick. Okay, I had to pause everything. Somebody came into my room. But we're looking at constructing. There's a line, and again, remember the directions are right here whenever you select something, and hopefully my arrow will quit spinning here. This isn't good. Let me pause it until it stops. All right, and then let's see, where's parallel? Goodness. I'm gonna have to start this video all over again. All right, there we go. So here's lines, and then I want to make a parallel line. So I'm going to click on parallel line, select, and it tells me to select a point and a parallel line. I'm just going to click with my mouse to make 1 point, and then select the line that I want it to be parallel to. So I'm going to select the line, and there's my parallel lines. If you notice, if I drag it, it'll stay parallel. And then I'm going to make a transversal. So I'm going to select line again, and I'm going to click on this point here and this point here. Notice I can make these lines thicker. I can make the lines thicker one at a time or all of them. I think, let's see, object properties, and I'm going to click on each of these. Let's see if I can. I guess I'll have to hold control. I'm going to click on each. Let's see if I hold shift down. Okay, I held shift down and I selected all 3. I'm going to go to style, and I'm going to change the thickness. So I'm going to show it up bigger, and I can do that with the points too. So now my lines are thicker, and I probably should do the points thicker as well. So I can make them thicker one at a time, or I'm going to hold down Shift and select all three, and I'm going to make the points thicker as well. Okay, and then let's say maybe I want to show an angle, so I'm going to go over here and click on angle measurement, and it says select 3 points or 2 lines. You have to kind of play with this. Sometimes you get different angle measurements, whether you go clockwise or counterclockwise, whether you choose the lines or the points. I found the best way is to choose the points. Okay, and then I'm going to drag this angle measurement over here. I could get rid of the angle measurement if I want. Notice I had to select on the angle itself, and then I'm going to put, let's see here, under C, where is it? Click back on here, and I hit it. But again, notice with angle measurements, it's different if you choose different lines. Notice I went in different order and I got different results. I can also increase my font size by, let's see, options, font size. Okay, and then I can also, I'm going to click my arrow and just click over here so I don't, and I can also click, write text in here. I just clicked my mouse to make this pop up. If I've got vertical, I can label this vertical angles if I wanted, and I can move that around. If I wanted to measure an angle over here, probably the best thing to do is to put another point so that I can measure with angles, or measure the angles with points. Okay, so look, I'm demonstrating, if I have the angle measurement here, I'm demonstrating that these alternate interior angles are congruent. So hopefully that's enough to get you started playing with it. You just, again, a lot of it you'll have to learn maybe just by experimenting and discovering.